Mason Mount makes Erik Ten Hag's mind up for him over Manchester United role in Crystal Palace win. Man United recorded back-to-back wins for the first time this season in their 3-0 Carabao Cup stroll against Crystal Palace. A Manchester United staff member quipped the hurricane was now a stiff breeze. As Britain braces for Storm Agnes, United have come through their own turbulent gusts. Players, supporters and staff must yearn for nights as tranquil as this. It was so easy for United that Donny van de Beek came on. United made more changes to their team than Crystal Palace but took this cup tie more seriously. For the first time this season, they recorded successive wins. The technical director Darren Fletcher just about maintained a stoic expression as he made his way back indoors for the interval. United's lead was never in jeopardy and Anthony Martial's clinical half-volley boxed off the tie before the hour. The stylish midfielder Dan Gore received a debut on his 19th birthday and Palace were so defeatist there was gallows humour from their supporters in the 67th minute with a rendition of "We've Had a Shot." One of the biggest cheers of the evening was reserved for a sliding tackle by Harry Maguire. The League Cup is the only club competition where a place is reserved for Maguire and he performed dependably, intercepting a cross with the game goalless. Gore, too, generated audible appreciation for his commitment while Hannibal Mejbri had his hair ruffled by Erik Ten Hag after another mature outing. Ten Hag will hope the first 45 minutes signal the true beginning of Mason Mount in a United shirt on his return from a 37-day absence with a muscular injury. Mount created 4 chances inside the first 27 minutes and United scored from 2 of them. Deployed in the deep-lying role he was bought for, Mount lived up to his number with raking passes reminiscent of David Beckham and crowned his return with a first assist for Casemiro direct from a corner. This was the first demonstration of why United committed £60 million to recruiting the England forward. Though it feels like a matter of time until Ten Hag trials Mount on the right, this was a compelling case for him to remain in central midfield for the weekend. Mount came off at the interval. A sterner test awaits on Saturday. Palace will not be as frivolous in the Premier League rematch and will have greater backing than the few hundred travelling supporters who were in the away end. Recent league contests between United and Palace have been tight. Burnley was such a win at all costs for United they granted a promoted more than 60% of the ball. This, the first of 4 successive home games, has to be the start of re-implementing their style and embarking on a winning run. 5 of United's next 6 matches are at Old Trafford and the last is against Manchester City on October 29. The calendar offers United ideal preparation to be nearer their optimum for the season's first derby. Mount's early departure enabled full debutant Sofyan Amrabat to have 15 minutes in central midfield with Casemiro, a possible partnership beyond the weekend. Amrabat started at left back, where he had played a handful of times under Ten Hag at Utrecht in 2016. He was a worthy auxiliary option in the absence of the unwell Sergio Reguilon, advised to stay away from United's Carrington training base to avoid a spread. The Palace analysts were vexed by the positions Amrabat occupied in midfield as he and Diogo Dalot took it in turns to supplement Mount and Casemiro. Dalot's sense of adventure returned with his finest piece of attacking play all year to tee up Alejandro Garnacho for the opening goal on 21 minutes. Garnacho broke off from the celebrations to savor a more intimate and standalone moment with the matchgoers. Garnacho's brother Roberto, piqued by his unused status against Burnley, will have been just as pleased. Dalot's performance was reminiscent of the level he reached in the first 3 months of last season and there had been glimpses of a return to form in the recent defeats. The long-term absence of Aaron Wan-Bissaka, the better right-back this calendar year, is possibly a fillip. Dalot offered the workhorse Facundo Pellistri a high five for sprinting to recover his loose pass, though Ten Hag was not as easily appeased and critiqued the winger's use of the ball. Ten Hag ushered Mejbri towards the final third more than once and held instructive discussions with the Tunisian. Dean Henderson's debut against his former club ended prematurely, a problematic thigh injury forcing his withdrawal after 19 minutes. A minority of United supporters, possibly still stewing over Henderson's antagonistic interview on loan at Nottingham Forest, booed Henderson as he approached the tunnel. United used the Henderson stoppage constructively. Ten Hag gave Mejbri a thorough pep talk. Amrabat and Casemiro shared pointers, and so did Mount and Maguire. Just as Henderson was re-entering the away dressing room, he will have heard celebratory cheers he used to join in with. The storm is no longer gathering.